Welcome back to the channel. My wife has so graciously allowed me to use her table because today we're going to be replacing the valve springs on these brand new AFR 165 heads. I'm going to be using a B31HR camshaft from Anderson Ford Motorsports, and they recommend that we upgrade to a stronger spring. The OE for the AFR heads are AFR 8017 valve springs, and we're going to be upgrading to AFR 8019 valve springs. And then so I have this tool here, this stud mount valve spring compressor right here, that we're going to be using to get this done. The new valve springs are like this. So here's one of those valve springs right here. And then we also are going to be upgrading the retainers. These are titanium retainers by AFR. What I've done is I've installed two of the rocker studs and just snug them down. And then so that'll give this something to mount to, and then we can change the springs out. And then we're going to remove these rocker studs, move them over here, and just go so on down the line. So this comes at two different sizes, right? So this end, I think is 7/16. This end is 3/8, right? And so we got to take this tool apart, swap ends, so it'll screw down onto this 3/8 rocker stud. Done with these two, so I'm moving these over here. I had to figure out a certain technique to be able to get the spring to go on straight when using this Proform tool. So I'm just snugging that down like that. See how the valve is sticking out on the bottom? It's because the keepers have not released, these keepers. So I'm just going to take and just tap it. I'm not going to just hammer it. And like I said, it's rubber. It released the valve spring, because you can see now it moves like back and forth. Then you can tip it back up, release that, and look, comes out. Try to get that centered as much as possible, but you see like right here, it's too close to put the keeper in to the valve stem. So I took this flat screwdriver, and it's going to put it right on the edge of the valve stem to force the spring to go down straight. Good enough to be able to get these in. All appearances, it looks like it's locked in. Looks like it is. Looks like it's seated, so that's good. You have the upgraded valve spring, and you have the upgraded retainer. So the valve springs, like I said, the part number from AFR is 8019. And then the retainers are 8515, as you can see on here. And they're titanium. So as you know, titanium is better than steel. I just reuse my keepers because they're not used. Like I said, the heads have never been mounted. So you might be asking yourself, well, why is he taking it apart again? Well, I'm taking it apart again because I forgot to use assembly lube, just a dab here and there, especially around the keepers and the bottom of the retainer where it makes contact with the top of the spring, and then where the spring makes contact with the rubber cup, and also the valve stem itself. Just put a little bit of assembly lube on it, and so that way, you know, it'll save us from a dry start, you know what I mean? I did some research and they were saying that, you know, that was the better way to do it. So that's why I'm taking the time to go back through, take it apart, and do it again. So it's always better to do it again and get it right than to have something break and then you have to pay to get it done right. Did it break? Oh man, the keeper broke. What the heck am I gonna do now? That sucks.
I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
Goodness gracious. Dang it. That is no good. I forgot to take the time to explain what happened. So first of all, I forgot to use assembly lube on the retainers and the keepers and the bottom part of the spring. So I was going back through and, you know, taking things apart and oiling things up, right? And I got to this one right here, over here, and when I popped the keepers out, these 3 pieces fell out, and I was like, I know I didn't put 3 pieces in there. And then I looked at it, and then I realized that one of the keepers actually broke in half. I've never seen that happen before. It actually broke in half. Here's a whole one right here. I wound up ordering a whole nother set of keepers, and so I'm gonna go back through again, pop those keepers out, and put an all brand new one, just in case any of them are damaged from coming off more than once. So I figured it'd be the safest bet would be to go ahead and just put new ones in. Let's do this again. You know, and I know that theoretically you could lubricate the keepers from up top, but I'll just do it this way. And by the way, I'm absolutely shocked at Summit Racing, because they got these replacements here within a couple of days of me ordering them over the weekend. So, I mean, I forgot how fast Summit Racing was with their shipping. So, but anyway, that worked out beautifully. So I'll be ordering more stuff from Summit Racing, that's for sure. Okay, so we got all the springs on and the brand new keepers in as well. So that part's done. I just hand tightened these rocker studs in along with the guide plates. That is hand tight at the moment. Because the guide plates have to be adjusted for the push rods, then I can't really permanently put them on and secure them with ARP thread sealer with PTFE until the heads are actually on the engine, and I can check the push rod length and all that stuff. Once all that's finalized and everything's marked up, then we can put these in permanently. And that's when I'll use this. I saw where VRM had done a water test to see if they were sealing properly. I mean, these are brand new heads, obviously, from AFR. I doubt they'll leak, but we're gonna do a water test on the intake and the exhaust valves, just to see if they seal properly. So you can use brake clean, or you can just use water like this as well. So we're gonna start with the biggest valve, and that is the intake. Intake valve, exhaust valve. And look at my little helper here, it's my grandson. Hey Benji, you wanna help me? Come here. Come here. Right here. All right, you ready? You gonna hold it up for me? Good job. Okay, so we're gonna take this water and we're gonna pour it down here and see if anything leaks out. Hopefully it won't. I've already taken a rubber mallet and just tapped on them to make them pop close, okay? Yeah, Benji, see? These are valves, okay? They're valves. All right, let's take a look, Benji. Anything leaking? Nope. It passed the test. All right. Yep, well, we're done with that for now. I gotta pour this out, okay? And then we can check the other side. Don't put your mouth on it, man. So now we're gonna check the little valves, okay? Right here, the exhaust ones, okay? Yeah, it passed. There's no leaking. Good job. Nope, no leaking. So I passed the test. Yeah. Let me help you. Ready? Yep, I'm back. Here, let's get some more water, okay? We need more water. Uh-oh. We spilled water. Yay. No leaks. Ah, don't eat it. Don't. Well, guys, the valve spring upgrade is complete. Finally. Was it easy? No, it really wasn't. It was very tedious. But definitely using the ProForm valve spring tool helped a lot, made it a lot easier. Now, changing the valve springs were a lot easier off the engine. But if you're gonna do it on the engine, then definitely you'd have to have an air compressor with a hose and everything, and some type of fitting to blow air through the spark plug hole to hold the valve up. So, but definitely being off the engine, you don't have to do that. I just used this rubber mallet, as you saw in the video, along with the ProForm tool to be able to, knock the keepers loose. So as I mentioned before, the valve spring part number from AFR is 8019. The titanium retainers are 8515, I believe. And the keepers, obviously I reused them. On comparison, when you can hold the springs up next to each other, you can definitely see the thickness difference. It's slight, but it is there. So at any rate, job is done. Hope you guys have a good day, and we'll be talking to you soon. See you next time, guys, on OG Superfly Garage.